welcome to episode 3 of Knitting at the Creek podcast. My name is Ashley and I live on a farm in southwest Missouri with my husband and our 2 boys. I have a lot of things to talk about today. I have some finished objects. Yay, finally. And then I have a lot of works in progress. It's been just over a month, I think, since I podcasted last. I've worked quite a bit on some things, but I've had a lot of doctor's appointments, so I'll get to that at the end. But I guess I should tell you where you could find me. I'm on Instagram under Spur Creek Farm, or you could email me at spurcreekfarm.mo@gmail.com. I do have a Ravelry page, but I'm not very active. Actually, I'm not active at all on there. I will put all of the show notes down below for my projects and yarns and all of that stuff, but for the most part, I use my knitting book. You can see it's pretty full of stuff, but that's how I keep track of all of my stuff because I'm not always at a place where I have internet, and I just like to go back and I like to look at my notes and see the yarns and things like that. So this is my Ravelry. I am drinking some herbal iced tea that I made yesterday. Yeah, my kids have been, my oldest was traveling last week, and then my youngest had camp also last week. And then my husband and I went on a weekend camping trip to see a concert, so we all just kind of have that post, like, travel ick, you know, like you're not really sick, but you are, like, you just don't feel right. So we're having all the herbal teas and things. I'm not wearing anything knitted, but I did sew this top, so I don't know, I guess I could stand up and show you. This I don't even remember the pattern. It was kind of hacked from a dress pattern. I want to say it was the Demeter dress pattern. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was. This is just a 100% kind of quilting cotton, I think I got. We don't have a lot of fabric stores around here that carry like garment fabrics. So this is pretty much what I have, but I love it. I was trying to work out the bust darts on the pattern, and so it's okay. I mean, it's cute, it's cool. It's about 1,000,000 degrees here in southwest Missouri. The humidity, though, the humidity is enough to kill you. So I'm looking out at my garden. The garden's doing well. It's just so hot. It's so hot. I have to water my garden morning and night. So anyway, so I guess let's get started with, again, sorry about the light. I'm going to have to figure out how to do something with that, but seems like as it's really sunny today. So as the clouds go in and out, also I think my phone does weird things. So I haven't had anyone complain so far. So we're just going to keep doing it until I can get some more stuff. But okay, finished objects. I have 2 finished objects I'm very excited about. So this is my Bennett Sisters shawl, and she's all done and gorgeous. I did not do the tassels. You're supposed to do a tassel on each end. One being I didn't think I had enough yarn, especially with this kind of pinky color. I did not have enough yarn out of that one, and I just don't think I would have liked the tassels. So actually, let me get my knitting book out. So I talked quite a bit about this on my last couple podcasts. This is the Bennett Sisters shawl by Lindsay Fowler. I did follow the pattern exactly, except on one section, you see how it's divided into 2 sections. On one section, you're not supposed to hold mohair with it, and I went ahead and held mohair through the entire thing. So I did run out of mohair. I think the last time I podcasted, I had run out of mohair. So I had to wait. I ordered some drops. What did I order? Drops Kids Silk from Wool Warehouse, which is a UK company. And it took about 3.5 weeks to get to me, which is not normal for them. Normally I have everything within a week. They're pretty quick on shipping, but it looked like it got held up in customs somehow. So anyway, so as soon as that got to me, I was showing you guys the wrong side. Anyway, as soon as that got to me, I finished it off, but I really, really love it. I'm still not sold. If I were to make another one, which I probably will, because I think these are really good gift knits, I will not do 2 different colors. I think I will do 1 color all the way through and maybe just change the mohair to where it's more of a subtle contrast. I mean, this isn't bad. I'm not going to put it on because it's mohair, and like I said, it's crazy hot right now. But it is nice and big. If you can see how I'm stretching out my arms there, it is really, really going to be really cozy in the winter time. And if I had enough of this yarn, I guess I could go dye more. Could have dyed more, but pretty sure this is a formula that I saved. But anyway, this was my hand-dyed yarn. Silver birch. This used to be, I don't know if you ever bought for me, kind of the last few days I had revamped my my logo, Old Wire Road Fiber Co. And this was my twist sock, which was an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon on silver birch. So in the silver birch colorway. And I don't know, let me see if I can find. It has it had little breaks of green in it. Yeah, you can kind of see one right there. But then it had kind of like a silver birch, gray, purpley gray. So I think it ended up really nice. I could have added tassels with just this color, and I think I have one that's a color that's similar to this pink color. This was a non-superwash fingering weight that I held with just plain mohair. But I'm going to try it. I blocked it and, made it lay really straight. And so I'm just going to try it this winter and see if I like it without the tassels. I find that the tassels, even with superwash, which half is superwash, half is non-superwash, it gets kind of felted, and I don't like the tassels just start to kind of look kind of gross. So I don't know, but I really like it. I'm happy it's done. I casted it on March 16th, and I finished it May 29th. So I would have finished it much sooner had the yarn not taken forever. And I even still ran out of, so this Drops Kid Silk is, I'm pretty sure it's 50 gram. And it was in the color white. 25 gram. That would have been my problem. I thought it was 50 gram. So I even still ran out, and I was frantically looking for, I thought for sure I was like right around here. So I had just this little section to go. And I thought surely in my stash somewhere I have something. I could not find it. Could not find it anywhere. So I messaged a friend and I was like, do you have just the tiniest ball of, you can see the mohairs everywhere. I do think the Drops mohair sheds quite a bit more than my hand-dyed mohair. But anyway, so I messaged a friend. I was like, do you have a little bit? I'll buy it from you. She did. And then between that text message, my son said, Mom, are you looking for that fuzzy stuff? And I said, yeah. He said, well, here, and he brought me some. He's like, you didn't even check in this. I have another bin. And he found it for me. So I was able to finish, and I had like just the teeniest little scrap left, barely enough to weave in the ends, but I think it'll be fine because again, mohair will felt quite a bit. So I'm really happy that that is off my needles. It was a pretty quick project and it was enjoyable. It was easy. I was able to work on it. Sorry, I'm recording on my phone and I hope I get notifications and I hope it doesn't like cut out my audio, but we'll see. Anyway, I was able to work on this as while we watch TV at night. It was very mindless. I highly recommend it. I know I'm late to the game. Pattern's been out for a while. But yeah. So, finished object number 1. And then, whoops. You guys haven't even seen this one. After I finished that, in that same order, my drops order, I ordered some drops air, right? Yes, drops air. I know there's been several podcasters. Amber of a Lovely Yarn highly recommends this yarn. She says her daughter can wear it, and her daughter's super sensitive to wool. The itchiness, the scratchiness, which I am too. I'm very picky, and so I ordered a couple balls. I don't know why I ordered the colors that I did. They're not my colors. I don't know. Maybe they didn't look the same on the internet, but I just yeah. Anyway, this is just a hat. I kind of came up with it. I just needed to see, what the yarn, how it worked up, how it felt. And so I did my own thing. Yeah, let's see, I casted it on, I started it on June 6th and I finished it June 9th. I used, the purple is Drops Air Purple Haze, and it's a blown yarn if you don't know anything about it. It's, I believe it's a DK worsted, I'm not exactly sure, but it's a blown yarn. So it's very lofty, very fuzzy. The purple is Purple Haze, and the pink, which is color number 15, and then the pink is a peachy pink, peach pink, number 50. So what I did, I casted it on, I used US 5 and I cast on 84 stitches using a provisional cast on because I know I wanted a double brim. I knit that for about 6-7 inches, and then I folded it, and then I picked up I knitted it together to make the double brim. Let's see, I did a couple just regular purple stripes, and then I started to do helical knitting up until I felt like it was long enough, and then I just did when I used to make hats long time ago, I used to come up with my own patterns for hats long time ago. I just did an X decrease, so I divided my stitches up into like 4 segments, and what did I do? So that would have been 21 stitches, and then I just did slip knit and knit 2 together. So yeah, I will not be putting this on because, oh my word, this is so warm. this yarn is so warm. I don't think I will be able to make a sweater out of this. To me, it's very itchy. Well, let me say, it's not very itchy. It's just kind of irritating. All of the fluff you can see on the side here, to me, that kind of feels guard hairish, and that's the kind of thing that I'm sensitive to. So I know this is an alpaca blend. I don't have the ball band, but I'll put the link down below to where I ordered mine from. The purple's very, very pretty. I'm not a big fan of the pink. Like, these are just not my colors, but yeah, it's cute. I wish I would have gone up a needle size for the head to give me just a little bit more slouch. It still fits perfectly fine. I will be making more of these in this yarn. I can wear this on my head, like no problem. It's going to be a really, really good chore hat here on the farm, which I think I live in hats in the winter time. So yeah, I love it. And then this was my first time doing, not my first time doing helical knitting. I normally do helical knitting when I'm alternating skeins, hand-dyed skeins in a sweater, but like a solid color. But this was the first time actually doing stripes in helical knitting. So it was really fun. Like I said, it took me all of 3 days, 2 days. So yeah, that was a nice little like palette cleanser. Hold on. Okay, sorry. When that air conditioning goes off back here, it gets crazy hot. I normally keep my windows, my curtains shut, because the side of the house gets really, really hot, and I'm dying back here. So anyway, I think I said everything I wanted to say about this. So yeah. If you guys are interested in the pattern, I don't know if I'll put it in the show notes, but you can always email me if you're interested in it. It's not really a pattern, it's just recipe. I don't know if it'll fit your head. It fits my head. So yeah, it was a fun knit. Okay, that's all my finished objects. So now I guess we'll do works in progress. I have one new, I have a couple you haven't seen, and then I have some that you guys have seen. So I'll just do these really quick because I know I've talked quite a bit about these. And then there's a couple pairs of socks that you guys have seen that I haven't even touched since the last time I podcasted. I'm just not in the mood to knit the socks. I don't know. But this has been my on-the-go socks. So these are my Havriland Padme socks. Here's her little tag. And yeah, this is the second sock. So I have the first one done. You guys have seen that one. I love these colors. They're so fun. It's so fun to work up. I think I love working up self-striping socks more than anything. I just love watching them come to life. So yeah, this is all the progress I have, but I have been knitting on these as we travel a little bit. Normally I can knit while we drive, as long, like on highways. But here recently, I have not been able to. We have been going kind of down a rabbit hole with my health. Come to find out, I have basically been poisoning myself. I don't know if you guys know those electrolyte packs. I use the Element ones. It's LMNT. And you're not supposed to have that much sodium. I did not know that. And so it can cause quite a bit of nauseousness. And so I've been spending the past couple weeks just feeling really, really crappy. And keeping drinking those because that's going to help me feel better. So we even went down the whole road of like alpha-gal and eliminating meat and dairy and all kinds of things. And I was still feeling really crappy. So finally figured that out a few days ago. I've not had any, and I felt really, really good. So hopefully it's all fixed. But all that to say is, since these are my like on the go travel socks, I haven't gotten a lot of knitting time because I've just felt so nauseous. So this is a little progress keeper that I made myself. Little mushroom. So yeah, I hope to really work on these quite a bit. However, I did start another summer project that I cannot put down, and I think that's going to take precedence over everything else. So these are held in a bag by Olivia of This Handmade Life. I know she has, I'm pretty sure she still has some bags right now in her shop. So yeah, I'll put the link down below. Okay, so this I showed last time on my podcast, and I'm very sad about this project because I cannot follow directions. I think I've mentioned this before. I am very much a process knitter. I kind of get lost in the process. I'm not a very good direction follower at all in my entire life. You can ask my mom or my husband. I don't like directions. I don't like being told what to do. And a knitting pattern tells me what to do for a good reason. So, okay, I was just knitting away. This is my Pagoda Shawl by Stephen West. Okay. I was knitting away, knitting away, knitting away. Loving it. Love the yarn. I was just thoroughly enjoying it. And I got to a point and I was like, okay, and I was not looking at the pattern. I was just continuing it. And I thought, okay, I need to split, or not split, but I need to start the next increase section. So it's a paid for pattern, so I don't want to show anything, but if you can see, you know, these little triangles here, those are increase sections. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. No, I think there's 5. Anyway, you start with the middle and then it goes out. And those are evenly spaced. So that means that you must knit a certain amount and then you increase, okay? So I knit. I had like 8 inches from this center. I had not started, you know, the next increase section. And I realized, oh no, you were only supposed to knit until this rib right here, the center rib, reached 3 inches. I was a good, like I said, 8 inches in. And I was in denial. I thought, I'm not ripping that out. So I went ahead and continued on with it, the increases, and knit and knit and knit. Did some more increases, knit, 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 and it looked so bad. I thought I could live with it, and I thought it would be fine. No, because so if you can see, this is kind of like the blank, you know, your increase goes here, and then these are like your blank sections, and then you get another increase. Like right now I'm ready for the next increase, and these sections right here between your increases are about the same, and they grow about the same, and it all kind of works out, supposed to work out and look really nice. So I was sitting there one night and I was looking at it, and I thought, I'm just gonna put it down, and I'm just gonna be done with it. I'm just not gonna do it, because all that work, it's not hard work, but all that work for nothing. And my husband said, why don't you just rip it out? I'll sit here and I'll help you wind it. Like, be still my heart, really? So we sat on the couch. He helped me wind it back into the ball. I cast it on. I did all of this in one night. Like, it's not hard. And so now I'm ready to do the next section. So I thought I had a lot of progress on this, but I don't. So anyway, this is a little progress keeper from Lock and Lou. And then this yarn, I'm following the pattern. Now I'm following the pattern, but I'm using US 6 4mm needles. All of my needles are Chaogu. Sorry if you hear the dog freaking out in the background. We're going through a phase where everyone needs to know that he lives here. So fun. This is my own hand dyed in Lady Edith. So this Pagoda shawl has 3 different, or sorry, you can do like a little shawlette, which is like a 1 color shawlette, or you can fade. Let's see. You can fade more colors into the shawl and make it really big. So that is my goal, is to fade 2 more colors into it to make it a bigger shawl, because I don't think I will get much use out of a shawlette. So then my next color will be this one, and this is November. This is my own hand dyed yarn. We'll fade into that. Whoops, whoops, whoops. And then this one is, I believe, Of Love, also one of my hand dyed. So I think that's going to fade really pretty. I was anxious to get, hoping to get into these by the next time I podcasted, and obviously because I can't follow directions, we're not there yet. So this will be, I'm not going to cast on another shawl. This will be my shawl project that I work on for a while, because it is so big, and it's not that it's difficult, but you do have to pay attention because of the knit and purl sections, and the increasing and the measuring and all of that stuff. So anyway, So there's that. This is also being kept in a bag that Olivia made me of This Handmade Life. It's one of my favorites. I love it. Okay. Now, I don't know what's gotten into me. And it's probably, as soon as it got into me, it's probably already out of me. Because I don't know why I would want to pick up my blankets during these temperatures. But this is, gosh. What is the name of this pattern? I haven't even written it down. It's by Curious Handmade. Do you see my mess? And this is I believe it's the Cozy Comfort. I don't even know what this pattern is. But anyway, it's an Advent pattern. And I'm determined to find the name of it. Habitation Throw. Not Cozy Comfort. It's the Habitation Throw. Okay? It is written for like a Christmas Advent. So I believe it's 12 colorways. No, 24 colorways. And this is my very first Advent that I ever dyed up. And so I believe this was 2019. I don't think I have any of the bands, but yeah, 2019. And I am not, I'm following the pattern, but I'm not really following the pattern. So I did not want a bunch of scraps laying around from this Advent. I wanted it all to go into this blanket. So with hers, you do a certain amount of rows to where each color is the same width. And then you're left with some scraps. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to knit until the ball ran out. So these are 20 gram minis. So I don't think I have if I have a picture, actually no, I know I don't have a picture. Anyway, if I find one, I'll insert it here. If not, sorry. It's been a long time ago. So I am just knitting until the ball runs out. And then I'm adding, let me put this down. It's getting pretty big. I'm on color number 11 now. Ooh, can I? So I started with that red, and then I've just kind of increased as I go. So it's going to make a much bigger throw. Lap blanket, I guess. So yeah, I'm just knitting until the color runs out. And then as soon as I get to the 12th one, I will start decreasing. And then I'll probably have to add in, I don't think that'll finish it off. Right? No, it should. But if it doesn't, I dyed up a main skein. So you got 24 minis, and then you got a 100 gram full skein. And I still have that. So if I need to, I can finish it off with that. Or maybe I'll do a border or something. I'm not sure. But this is a long-term project. But I got it out, and I have worked, well, you can see where my progress keeper is. I have worked that in the past couple weeks. So it takes me, I mean, it's so long. So it takes me a while, you know, to do one row. But I would like to work on at least do one row of this every day. So far it hasn't happened, but that's what I want to do, because I'd love to get this done by winter time. It's so cozy, and I don't mind, you know, getting up early and working on this, but it's so hot that this is not really something that I grab right now. So but anyway, my progress keeper is a very special gift from, well, can I show you? From my friend Amanda. She is Shop Wild Bonnie on Instagram. She made this for me when I had my first round of Angora rabbits. and I love it. It's just so sweet. So now that I have more Angora rabbits, it's even sweeter. So Habitation Throw by Curious Handmade. I believe that's Helen Stewart. So yeah, gonna be a long-term project. Like I said, I don't work on it a whole lot. If I don't want to work on socks, like the small needles, and then I'll grab this because it's very, very mindless. So I am following the pattern. I'm using, what am I using? I'm using US 4 3.5 millimeter needle. I don't even know if that's what the pattern calls for, but that's what we're using. I'm pretty sure that's what the pattern calls for. So yeah. This is in a bag that I've had forever. I don't know if there's a label on it. Yeah, there's not. I don't know who made this for me, but it's a nice big bag, nice sweater bag. So again, I'd like to use this bag for something else, so I'd really like to get this out. Of course, I could move it into something different, but there's that. Okay, 2 more works in progress. Get a sip of my tea. By the way, if you have like herbal teas and things like that, so that's just a mix of green tea, some henbit, some oat straw, a bunch of different herbs. You cook it, you simmer it for a little bit, you add some honey, and then you put it in the fridge. And it tastes just like sweet tea with a little bit of an herbal kick, but you're still getting your herbs and you're not, you know, drinking a bunch of hot tea, which my family does not like to drink on. So if I put this in the fridge, they tend to gravitate towards it. Okay, this next project is one that has been a work in progress for so long. I had high aspirations of making this into a blanket, and now I got this out a couple days ago. Actually, I had forgotten all about it. And I thought about just like cutting it off and making it a table runner, but it's really long, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think what I've decided is I'm gonna make it a wrap. It's supposed to be a blanket, and it's a granny. It's not a granny square blanket. What's it called? Granny stitch blanket, maybe. I casted this on. Olivia of This Handmade Life was making one several years ago, and she had kind of put her formula on, I think, an Instagram post, and I thought, oh, awesome, I'll start one too with all my scraps. And this is how far I've gotten. I've said before, I'm not a crocheter anymore. I used to be. I used to love it. I don't love it so much anymore. And I have worked on this. I've worked on this quite a bit. I don't think I have a progress keeper, but I've done, let's see, I think I finished this purpley row, and then I've done these rows. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's very simple to do. I just don't want to do it. I just don't like it. It's beautiful. I mean, I like what it's doing. Like that's gorgeous. And so I think it's big enough for a wrap. I don't know, but this is all like I just don't want to make it into a blanket and have my people ruin it, because I have boys. I have teenage boys. I have a blue collar husband. He's gonna ruin it. But I think it would be pretty as a wrap. But it needs to be wider in order to cover me. So that's my goal for this, is to add, I think I have to double it. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. If you have any ideas of what I can make out of this, let me know. I mean, a table runner would be cool, but again, it's gonna get excuse me, it's gonna get ruined. So I think a wrap would be pretty, and then add, you know, some tassels on the end, perhaps. I don't know, but again, I know I'm not going to do a blanket, and I have plenty of scraps to finish it, but I know I don't want it to be a blanket because it's going to take for the rest of my life to do that, because I never pull this out. I just, I have some arthritis in my hands, and for whatever reason, crochet hurts worse than knitting. So there's that. I thought I would show that to you since I have had it out of my, I keep like my whips that I'm not working on in my cedar chest, and I cleaned out my cedar chest. I washed all of my sweaters. I've been a really good wool caregiver person. I've taken care of everything. This is in a bag that I made myself. It is extremely wonky. This is the very first bag that I made, and it's bad, but it holds stuff, so that's what we have. Okay, my last, whoops, sorry, I hit the camera, work in progress. I'm so excited about this. I ordered Drop Spell after seeing it all over YouTube. I don't like cotton. I don't like knitting with cotton. So far the summer garments that I have made, I have not been a fan of, or the yarn that I've used. So I just took a leap. It was on sale, Wool Warehouse. I ordered a bunch of it because there were some tops that I really want to make. I see all these gorgeous tops that people are making, and I really wanted to make one. So I'm making the Ankers tee. I think that's what, Summer Ankers shirt. I think that's what it's called, by Petite Knit. And I'm using Drops Bell in the colorway Moss Green, which is 10. It is such a pretty color, and I love it. I'm holding it in a thrifted basket, and let's see if I can, whoops. So far, I believe I have one more section of the yoke to do. And it is just so enjoyable to knit on because the yarn is cool. It's so squishy and soft and cool to the touch, and I cannot wait to wear this. Now, will I wear this during like a day like today where it's super hot? Probably not, but it's going to be perfect for those warmer fall, spring days where you still want, you still need something. I love it. So I did modify the pattern, the cast on, just a bit after reading a bunch of project pages off of Ravelry, and I cast on, so I got, did I get gauge? I think my gauge was a tad tighter. Yes, my gauge was a tad tighter. So I stuck with that, with the same needle that she recommended, which is a US 6 4mm needle, correct? Yes, US 6 4mm needle for the body. But when I cast on, I went down to a US 4, which is a 3.5mm needle. And I did German twist cast on, and then I knit in the rib for 5 rounds. Hopefully, because I did see a lot of people say that the neckline really drapes and opens up, especially with this yarn. So I'm hoping that that gives me, whoops, a little bit more stability in the neckline by doing that. And even if it doesn't, I know that she offers a video tutorial on how to put in some elastic in the neckline. But I'm so excited for this, and I think the color is so pretty. It's going to be really pretty over dresses. I cannot wait. So this is what I've been knitting on all the time. I cannot put it down. It's so fun. It does make my hands ache a little bit with the linen. So this is or with the cotton content, 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and 14% linen. So I do notice that my tension is looser. And so I do feel like I'm having to kind of hold things a little bit tighter. And so I get some achiness in my hands. So then I put it down and stop. But also I went to see my friend last week, Amanda of Shop Wild Bonnie, and she had made me, I'll show you this one first, but she had made me a little stitch marker set because she's the best. And gosh, I love them. Hopefully I can convince her to start selling things like this now that I'm podcasting about it. Look how cute. Little butterfly. So there's that one. And then I have this one on my project. And then a stitch marker. A little, whoa, I can't say this word, but it's a Swarovski. I'm sure she's laughing at me right now, but Crystal, you know what I'm talking about. Little butterfly. It just makes me so happy. I love stitch markers. I'm a sucker for like little shiny trinkets. I love it. Like my husband says, I'm a raccoon because anything shiny I gravitate towards. But anyway, Ankers Tee summer shirt. I definitely will be making this, I think, into I'll make the winter version, the wool version, the sweater. I just think it's such a classic pattern and it's so pretty. So that is my last work in progress. That's a lot. So I thought I would just talk really quickly about my future plans for projects. As soon as I get the Ankers summer shirt done, I also ordered with that same order, I ordered more drop spell. I thought, you know what, just go big or go home. I ordered I believe this is the cream colorway. Anyway, it's color 26. I'll put it down below. Also drop spell, and then pretty sure this is mauve, color 16. My goal with these is to make a Farnham tee. By who? I don't know. Again, I'll link it down below. But I forget who created that. It was either that or the Tolsta tee. But I think I like the drop shoulder of the Farnham tee better. And I think it would be super cute with some little linen pants. So this is my plan. I'm not typically a white top person. I feel like it washes me out, especially in the fall and the winter. I can pull it off in the summer because I'm a farmer and I'm tan. So I don't know. That this is my initial plan for this. Hopefully it doesn't change by the time I get done with the Ankers tee. Because I also have enough of the white to make a ranunculus, which I think would be really pretty over some of the dresses that I have. But I like that classic tee of the Farnham tee. So those are my plans. I also plan on finishing my socks. I would really like to get those off of my needles. I tend to, so we go see a few firework displays over the next couple weeks, and you know, you get there before it gets dark. Whoops, I have messed that up. And I always have time to knit, and for people to make fun of me that I'm knitting at a fireworks display, don't care. But I plan on finishing my socks there because those are going to be pretty easy. I need, this is like my next, I need to sit down and do this. Maybe I can do that today. My Darrowby socks. I need to get through, I've cast on and I've finished the cuff. I'm just ready for the color work. And that is one of those things where I need to just sit and focus and finish it. I haven't really had any time to just like sit and focus on one thing. So hopefully I can get that done this week. We'll see. But I have a few more doctor's appointments. So I guess we'll go on to like life stuff. So for those of you that don't know, I've been dealing with some chronic pain for the past, going on a year and a half now. I've been to multiple doctors, multiple chiropractors. I've done all kinds of things. I've done traditional medicine, I've done integrative medicine, functional medicine, all the things with no answers. Until recently, I found a pain clinic that offers some things that most of the places I've been going to do not offer. And I've had x-rays and MRIs of my lower spine, like my sacrum region, my hips, that kind of thing. And she's like, well, why don't we bring up these imaging to like your back? So let's do a lumbar spine MRI. And in that, we found that I have 3 bulging discs. I have 1 vertebrae that is basically closed, and very, very little disc even left in there. All of these discs, so I'm pressing on some nerves, which explains a lot of my pain. So happy to get answers there. And now we're into a treatment plan. So that's going to involve a lot of injections. Yay, needles. A nerve block is first, so I actually go and do that tomorrow. I'll do a nerve block tomorrow, and then over the next, I think it's 3 months, 3 to 6 months, I will be doing like trigger point injections, some more nerve blocks if I need it, some injections in my SI joints, platelet-rich plasma injections, some decompression, physical therapy, all the things. So I'm very hopeful because this is, finally making sense, and there's, you can visualize the problem. Because we've done the diet change, we've done all the blood work, we've done all the supplements just to try to figure out if we can, get the pain to stop, and nothing has worked. And in fact, the pain's kind of progressed quite a bit. So yeah, there's that. So that's what I'll be doing over the next few weeks. So I am very hopeful though that tomorrow with the nerve block that I will get some good immediate relief. And then I can really focus on healing my spine and doing some exercises and physical therapy and, all of the things to try to heal that, and to where I won't have these issues down the line. But it's been a really long year and a half. It's been very, very trying. I've had to give up a lot. Like I said in one of my first episodes, I had to give up, our dairy, the things that I really love to do. I've had to, give them up. I've had to say no a whole lot, which is very difficult for me. I've had to slow down, which is also very difficult for me. I am not a slow down kind of person. In fact, yesterday, I got on the tractor and brush hogged our field. And today I'm paying for it. So, yeah, we're on a lot of ibuprofen and Tylenol and stuff today. So, yeah, I don't know how to not do things. I'm just I've never been a person that rests or naps or slows down. And so this has definitely been a challenge. So, anyway, if you guys if you think of me throughout your day tomorrow, just send me a quick prayer. I'm not a fan of needles. Needles are not a fan of me. And hopefully I can get some relief and kind of get back to living normal life. So that would be really good. Other than that, yeah, June is a very busy month. It's our break from school. So we do a 6 week on, 1 week off. We take off, I think, a month and a half in the summer. We take off from Thanksgiving to New Year's. And so we will start back to school about July, I think it's July 8th, a few days after. It's that Monday after the 4th of July. So I'm excited for that. It's my oldest's last year. Cannot believe that I have a senior. Guys, when they tell you, moms of littles, when they tell you it goes by fast, I know sometimes I used to like roll my eyes and think, you don't know what you're talking about. It goes by so fast, like just in a blink, So yeah, so senior, and then my youngest will be a sophomore this year. So big things coming up. June is just busy, camping trips, company picnics, all the things, trying to fit everything in for the summer. But we are looking forward to getting back into a routine. I am looking forward to getting back into a routine. I don't know if my children are. But yeah. So thank you guys for joining me. And if you liked this podcast, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future podcasts. I'm looking about once a month for podcasting. I would love to be able to do a few vlogs here and there. I'm not really good at the technology aspect of editing and getting all that done, and then I get overwhelmed and I just stop. So maybe my kids could help me with that, but because I've got some cool stuff coming up in our life. The garden is, I'm not just a knitter. I do a lot of gardening and a lot of farming, and so I think it'd be cool to kind of show like a day in the life of taking care of the critters and everything that we do. But anyway, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.